Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Minecraft in our survival single-player world. Between episodes, I got a little bit of stuff done. As you can see, we're a little high up in the air right now, and that is because I got a little mob farm running. We're just gonna turn the water flusher off on this thing. And I have left this running overnight, so round about, I don't know, 12 hours. So I imagine that we are pretty well filled up down here. Oh, no, we haven't even floated to that side yet. Okay, so... Hold on. Oh, did I not... Did I do something incorrectly here? Hold on. Yeah, you know, I never actually directed it into this one. That's a little silly, isn't it? This one I actually need to have. Yep, I know. I'm breaking stuff. Are these on me? There we go. Okay, so... Nope, I may be getting myself stuck. Okay, fine. Place that one real quick. We're gonna lose some stuff. I apparently routed my hoppers wrong. So this should be going sideways. And then down and that way. Okay. Now let's start filling stuff in. Okay. Goes into there and into there, and then that goes. Oh, yeah, I can just do that and then speed up the process a little bit too. Okay. This thing's getting backed up a little bit here. That is just because it is emptying. Oh, come on. Okay. And then I can remove this one. been enough for now. I'll come back in and I'll clean this up later. Eventually, I will be adding item filters so that items go into like storage every time. But even with this not running at full efficiency here, we still got a lot of items, which is phenomenal. Okay. And at the moment, we only need one arrow. We'll put the rest of those away, but we are going to replace our bow soon with a mending bow. But the reason I did this is for that sweet, sweet gunpowder. Okay, give me more gunpowder. Perfect. So that we can make more firework rockets. So that we can go explore the end, which is the plan for this episode. So, we are not too far off from home. We're far enough away we don't have to see it, but relatively close enough that we can coast it with one rocket and be fine. And you can see the greenhouse right there. So, the plan for today, for right now, for this immediate moment, is we are going to get our mending tools all repaired, get our elytra repaired, that has mending on it. And then we're going to go get some shulker boxes so I can stop having miscellaneous chests all over the place like these. They are really starting to bug me. We did also craft some ender chests. I've got one as my pocket ender chest, and then I've got one in the bottom of the base here, and one down at the mob farm there. I was using it to transport items, and then, as a bonus, we have one in the ender chest, so that if we ever use our pocket ender chest, we can grab another pocket ender chest. I'll have to craft more eventually, but during our end adventure, we may just pick some more up. So I'm going to do a little bit of rocket crafting, a little bit of prep work. While I do that, I'm going to go ahead and play just a little clip of some stuff from between episodes that we did. And then I will bring you right back in when we are ready to go. Alright, guys. So, I know we're going to the end, but one of the things that wasn't covered in our previous little clip there is our tunnel to the end. I did cover the fact that I dug a lot. Like a lot. Cutting that way. Oh. Hold on. Apparently I didn't light up well enough either. Here's what I've been using for light levels, right? Makes my life a touch easier. There's no legal opportunity for him to have spawned there. Weird. Anyways. So, our stairs come down here. And if we cut this direction... I dropped my arrow. That's why I couldn't use my bow. Well, ain't that just silly? I'll have to go back and grab an arrow, but... if we follow this all the way through and don't step into lava... down the far end here... oh, yeah. Probably do that. Take just a second for us to get down here. We have a nether portal that I put in between episodes as well. And this... puts us right here. I closed out the wall behind it. Well, yeah, there's not really a whole lot left to grab through the rest of the stronghold. We'll go through it eventually anyways. We'll just pop a hole in the wall and go explore. But I wanted to have this nice and sealed and just kind of ready to go. Also, the moss there with the light from the nether portal looks kind of ominous. So, we don't have that anyways. Might as well just do that. I really probably should go grab arrows. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I will come back. We will meet right back here, ready to pop into the end and start in-busting once I've got some arrows. All right, guys. We are back. We are ready to go. I did want to point this one out. While I was at my mob grinder repairing my tools and equipment, I got a drowned head, but, you know, something about it doesn't look quite right. So, not sure what the deal is there, but... it's a thing that happened. Alright. Let's go. Yes. Back to the end. We are just going to swap that. Hotkey that. Let's see. We got... oh, man, there's so many of them. I really do need to half slab off this entire area at some point. Okay, so that's the one that we got unlocked. So we're going to head off in that direction. And we'll see if and when we've got anything interesting. And there is the end. The greater expanses of it, at least. The shaders and the smoke and fog really do give it that eerie, otherworldly energy that I think it's supposed to have. I'll grab a little purple fruit at some point here, but for now, we are just looking for cities. Like that one over there. Just a little brighter, a little poppier, and it does have a ship too. So let's hit the ship first. There's you. The end can have those. On to the next one. Ah, that's a bigger one. And it has a ship again. Hit the time. Got him. Ah. Make it easier for me to reach you. Perfect. I can pretend it was all the plan. It was definitely not. I think we are going to call this one here, because that'll at least get me enough to start getting my inventory sorted. Nah. We're going to call it good. We got the wings, we got everything of any perceivable value. Now I just have to figure my way back, which should be roughly towards 0, 0. roughly that. Alright. Let's switch my elytra back on. And to go. There it is. And away we go. All right, guys. A little bit of prep work done. One of the things I did was I swapped out to a mending bow because we had all of the books we needed for it anyways with all of our prior prep work. So we now have a mending bow instead of an infinity bow. We have a stack of arrows here, and we have these materials all prepped and ready. There's one and roughly a half shulkers full of rockets. So I don't think we need to worry about rockets for a while. We will grab an extra stack just to keep an inventory here. Arrows. We have shulker of arrows. We have a shulker of string, bones, bamboo blocks, and about a half shulker of gunpowder. That's what was left over after we made the rockets. So all of these are going into our ender chest as a form of preparation. We will always have these on hand. And the order is important. I'll dye these eventually. We'll do bones, string, bamboo, and gunpowder. And we have the rest of our shulker boxes empty in here, ready for when we are getting going. I don't have... I might get one with some lights and some various bits and bobs like our sword, and when we're not wearing it, our armor or our shulker, and just keep it in inventory. We'll think about that as we go here. But that is one of the biggest things for us right now. And with that done, I can now go around to all of these various project chests and a lot more easily empty them out, fill all the stuff into shulkers, kind of break down these temporary crafting areas I've put together. And we've got that one there. We've got this one over here full of stuff. We've got... Oop. Helps if I start flying. This isn't really a crafting area. This is actually meant to be more of a permanent spot. I'll probably build a little hut over this, because this is meant to be like our wood storage for wood farming over here. So I will, if probably between the next couple episodes, definitely not just the next one, but the next couple, I will probably fill shulkers with a couple of the more common wood types we use, just to have them ready to go. Excuse me. Hold on. How are you here? there's no nether portal in this area at all. Oh, you know what? A pig probably got struck by lightning. I think that causes that, doesn't it? I'll have to double check, but that's the only explanation I can think of. Well, that was weird. Anyways, we've got some project chests to clean up, but... why is there a fire down there? One of the things we can look at right now is the area where I plan to build the upcoming sort of initial mega build. I have a lot of stuff I plan to build in this world, and a few of them could be described as mega builds. Oh, cloud cover, come on. So up here, there is... I'll have to come back during the day. Hold on. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys. We are back. So, one of the upcoming builds that I've got planned for this world, sort of an idea I've had in my head for a long time. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. You'll have to wait for the surprise, but I am going to be building it right here, where we've got this cool little mountain range ring encircling this pale oak forest. And that's important because I really like the sort of murky, foggy sky effect you get in the pale oak with these shaders, and with normal it just turns the sky white, which also works for the effect I'm aiming for. And we've got a couple other things we're going to dot through sort of this area out here, but over the coming days I'm going to be clearing out all of the pale oak in this area. While we're here, might as well grab a little bit of dripstone. Since that is something we've yet to get yet. And it's just so conveniently right here. Also, this cave does carry through. Hey, dodged it all. And yeah, it'll make an interesting area, I think. And yeah, there's that pale garden fog. So that's one of the areas we're going to be building in as we kind of progress in the world here. And that's going to be our next big project area. So I'm going to start getting it ready while I start working on finalizing some touches about the sort of starter village area. One of the other places... where is it? Oh, hold on, I hadn't seen that before. There's a magma flow rolling down the mountain. Okay. That looks pretty dang cool. Oh, there's where I was looking for, too. We've got, not far from here, a couple of cherry forest areas. And then we've got this large sort of flat plateau out here. Aha, this is the one. So, we've got the pillager outpost over there. This sort of plateau up here, around this area, I'm going to build a castle on at some point. You know, it's one of those things. I've always wanted to build a castle in Minecraft. I've never gotten to it. And this is a nice area for it. Also, from the cherry over here, I think we overlook a second village somewhere back in here. Unless I'm misremembering, but... yeah, there's some nice kind of open area where we can build some fun builds and, So, our sort of secret mega project in the mountains up there, I'll tell you guys more about that a little bit closer to time. A castle out here in the cherry biomes. Man, the shaders really do make a lot of this look really picturesque. Oh. Forest fire to deal with. Hold on. I did turn off fire tick so that I wouldn't have crazy lag spikes from forest fires, so this is more just cleaning up what's already burning. So I'll be honest with you, I don't want to watch builds that I've spent a bunch of time and energy on go up in flames. So I know that fire can get real out of hand real quick. All you have to do is not see a lava pocket, and then days, weeks, months of work are just gone. Nobody wants that negativity. There we go. And then this one. Alright. Fantastic. You know, I'd be willing to bet that was the cause of that. Alright. Nice cleared out area now. Which way was I facing? That way is back to home. Okay, then let's go that way. So anyways, I've got a couple other builds planned for this area. I don't want to give away too much too early, but basically one of the things I'm using this world for is to build all of the various builds that I've always wanted to do in Minecraft and have just never gotten to. And to do that, we're basically going to be working across a very large area out here. Sort of, spreading. We're going to have a very spread out area by the time we're done. We're going to take up large chunks of this world because there's different stuff that I want to build in different places. Speaking of actually exactly that, where we found our end portal while we're thinking about it, basically directly across the ocean here. And there's a bee in the middle of the ocean. I'm not entirely sure why, but we're gonna ignore him and assume he'll get home safe. I don't think he's one of ours. And this is exactly why I grabbed an extra stack of rockets. Back through this really picturesque mesa. We are going to be building out here at some point as well. I've got a couple ideas for some things I'd like to put out here. But again, that's a little ways off. We're not going to jump straight into it here. We've got a few other things to do first. So this little mound here is where our end portal is, and we've got a couple villages within line of sight out here, which is really nice. Really picturesque kind of backdrop. And I think it'll work really well as a location for a little, like, western town. You know, build your Old West saloon, and, you know, there's our way down. I'm actually gonna mark that off here. It's a good thing I got that birch wood. So, this sort of marks the hole down to our end portal, but yeah, as you can see, it's a really picturesque area. You've got some dense jungle out there. You've got 2 villages within line of sight very easily from here. It's kind of right at the edge of the harsh wasteland. So it would be a great place near the water. Put in a little western town kind of over some of these hills and dotted around this area. That's going to be one of our upcoming projects as well. But while we've still got some sunlight, let's head back. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I think that we are about out of time for this episode, so we got a good bit done today. We did some end busting. We got a lot of sort of really important progress milestones hit. So now I think that we can really start getting into some bigger projects moving forward. Let's switch that to there. There's one of the Guardian Farms, or not Guardian Farms, Ocean Monuments. So we are, yep, right back this way. I've got a pretty good gauge for where I am in this world most of the time. So, we are going to call this one here, but guys, we're really getting into the late game now. So, thanks so much for coming along on the adventure. In the next one, I think we're going to go bastion busting so we can get our diamond armor up to netherite. Oh, actually, on that note, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. In one of the earlier clips, I went over basically digging out a ton of the end. And we got, there it is, 9 netherite ingots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. If we swap that out, we will have a full set. Other than the sword, the sword's kind of a bonus. We're just using it for looting to increase drop odds on certain things, and also for XP farms. This is going to come in real handy with the Ender. But it's not really a staple piece of equipment. It's more of an auxiliary piece, so we're going to ignore it. I really prefer fighting with an axe. So, we will be able to, once we get a template, turn all of this into netherite. And we do have plenty of diamonds with which to duplicate the template, so I think we'll be good there. I'll just make sure I have 10 of them so that we have 1 extra when we're done, and I can make more in the future for all of our later equipment once we get it all done. Jeez, I can't believe I almost forgot to mention that. So, you're going to see a lot of changes coming to this place in the coming episodes. We're really going to try to wrap up this initial area. I got to build the blacksmith house. And then I've got to get a road connected to it. I've got to dig this quarry deeper, which is not a immediate project. This is going to take a while, kind of around other projects. So we may end up moving on towards other builds and then coming back here later to kind of finish the dig. At some point, once we're upgraded to netherite, we're going to fight the Wither and then after we fight the Wither ones, we're gonna cheese a bunch of extra ones, because you can always just trap them under the bedrock, under the end portal, and kill them that way. And to be honest with you, I want to fight it once, and then after that, I'm not that stressed about it. So, anyways, back to where I was going with this. We are done with this episode. It has been a long time coming. Between episodes, I'm going to try and get a bunch of inventory management stuff done. I'm going to try and work on removing some of this torch spam with some more environmental lighting. We'll see how that goes for us. And then, yeah, in the next one, we've got some big adventures, some big planning, and hopefully some big surprises coming your way. If you're enjoying this, I've got a playlist on the channel for the Minecraft series, as well as every other game that I've played. Videos currently every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Thanks so much for coming on the adventure, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.